Wasn't finished, but we're not done. Well, now there's a war to be won. We never died, not even once. Welcome to the Resurgence. Das dicke Ende kommt noch. That's right, the big ending has yet to come, because this is the upper bracket final. This is F3riG's United States Forces, and in the south we have a bit of a treat. It's the originator of playing DAK in tournaments. It's Orangepest, playing as the Deutsche Afrika Korps, and I've got the number 4 seed and a damn fine player, Havoc, with me today. How are you doing, Havoc?
I'm pretty good, all things considered. Obviously, I was hoping to be in this bracket, but I'm equally happy to be here watching these two players, these titans, go up against each other.
They are our two titans. They're our Love Nest and Devem for Go3, aren't they, so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody in chat says his name is They Think I'm Mexican. He says, thanks, AE, you made my baby cry. Well, good. Your baby should be awake to watch the spectacle. Get your baby and show them the computer screen right now, because they are going to be in for an absolute treat. A best of 3 upper bracket final, and the loser of this will go down to the lower bracket later today on today's stream, and they're going to be up against the winner of Ruby and Hulk Smash. So you've got 2 predictions to give us, Mr. Havoc, and I want to hear them now. This series, F3riG, Orangepest, what's going to happen here?
I think, I mean, it's hard to call a winner for me. I'm favoring Orangepest. I feel like he's much more prepared for this series than he was for the previous tournament that we saw him compete in. And I know he's got some special tricks up his sleeve, so I'm really eager to see that as well. But F3riG, I've practiced a lot with him over the last little bit, and he's looking very strong. So I think we're gonna be in for some great matches, but I am at the moment predicting Orangepest as our winner overall.
Nice trade in. The Kettenkrad becomes a 250. The Jeep can't handle that, so we do indeed have the armoured battle group chosen for F3riG. Of course, this was the blight of the previous patch version, 1.4, and it's not quite as strong anymore because you can't get fast deploy at 0 command points anymore. Anything else we can glean from the information, Havoc? What have you seen so far there on Faymanville?
Yeah, so we've got a heavy mechanized build to open from Orangepest, which I've been seeing a lot of more recently. Just not favoring that early Panzer Grenadier unit, so this is going to keep Orangepest from bleeding, hopefully, any manpower, give him lots of field presence with the double Kradschützen, and he's going to be able to manage that that Jeep with the 250 and Panzer Pile combination. And really what he's looking to do is get a fast tier 2, where he can get access to those assault grenadiers, which are a much stronger DAK infantry unit, and Panzerjägers to protect his vehicles.
This is revolutionary play. I'm not wrong in saying that. I've not personally seen this in a tournament, high stakes game in this game quite yet. He's using the Kradschützen with the 250, attack moving, pushing as much as he can, whilst he's got another one also engaging. What I've got to ask, though, is has he gotten enough fuel control at this point in the game for what he's deployed on the field? How are you feeling about the situation at the moment?
He started with really good momentum. He did have double fuel control, even just for a short time, which gave him the time that he needed on this assault grenadier that's about to push through the middle. And F3riG's not going to be ready for it at the moment, but it looks like he's going to kite back and deal as much damage to this ASG as possible.
Okay, so there we go. He's pushing up to this heavy cover. This is asymmetric heavy cover. It's light on one side. So assault grenadiers push straight past it, and the riflemen don't want none of that. To use an American-style double negative there from Havoc's southern cousins.
There we go, second assault gren in production for Orangepest. This is a great map for assault grenadiers. There's lots of things for them to hide behind. Lots of places to ambush and close the gap.
Now, I don't want to reveal the game time length and spoil the game, but you can for me, Havoc. What is the KD at the moment?
We're looking at 2 for each player at the moment.
Low kill game so far, right.
Very slow so far. Kind of expected to see that based on... F3riG's typically a much slower player. He likes to move from cover. He doesn't take early game losses. And Orangepest, obviously heavy mechanized build. He's taking lots of damage, but not many casualties.
Right, okay. So with a double Assault Gren build, 2 Kradschützen, what is he leaving himself open for here? Surely it's a fast M8.
Yeah, the M8 can be a danger, but thankfully he has the opportunity to pivot into Panzerjägers to deter it. Panzerjägers much stronger this patch than they were last patch.
Yep.
I think they fulfill their role much better than they did previously, but Orangepest is really maintaining his presence on the field right now. He's not taking too many losses, and he's building the momentum he needs to get into... There it is. There's the... So he's locked in armored support. He's going for superior fire drills, which tells me he's going to build an 8-rad pretty soon.
Wow.
Here it is in production now.
He did have a plus 30 fuel income for a while now, and F3riG has had a 13 fuel income for a while there. And we're only talking less than 1 minute, but that matters when you've got 5 minutes of gameplay time so far. In fact, every drop of fuel matters in such a high-stakes battle. Oh, first loss coming in the north. Kradschützen is going to go down. Oh, can he be rescued? Can he be rescued? No, he can't. Will the Jeep taste vengeance here? Looks unlikely. The captain's going to defend.
Oh.
So, the cost for Kradschützen, remind us, please, Havoc?
Just 200 manpower, not a huge loss.
Not a huge loss. He's got decent control with them, don't forget. But this 8-rad, we're in F3riG's perspective, so we can't hear it yet. It's in the fog of war. Now we can hear it's the rumble of its engine and the thunder of that autocannon.
Motor pool now in production for F3riG. He's looking at 2 minutes before he's even going to be able to field an M8, which is going to give Orangepest lots of time to deal some serious damage with this 8-rad.
Oh yeah, we're going to get a lot of it. He's going straight into base with it. Okay, F3riG's pretending he's got grenade package there. I don't think he has it, does he?
No, he wants that fast motor pool, fast M8, some vehicle to counter this 8-rad. The grenades won't be enough, and going for grenades at this point is going to take him too long.
Yeah.
There is an AT gun in production, though, which I kind of expected to see at this point.
Yep. Look at that map control from Mr. Pest. He's all over the place. And this is classic Orangepest. This is what he would do in the CO2 Master League tournaments, Havoc. He would concentrate on fuel in a kind of Von Ivan style, kind of neglecting other things, but he has actually got a decent chunk of the other things as well. Victory points are in his favor, 487 to 376.
He's going to creep up his Panzerjäger in the middle there to try and see if he can catch the Jeep out. Kiting back as his 8-rad and 250 rotate to the left side.
That's a really good shout, Havoc. Here comes the PJ. Causing distractions as well. It's been uncovered, though. The rifles uncover it. They fire upon it immediately, so the element of surprise has been lost now.
Orangepest teching support armor elements, which tells us he's going to have access to those tier 3 upgrades, as well as the Stug as an option, which we've seen a lot more of recently. Fantastic unit, lots of frontal armor. It's going to cause F3riG some serious problems with this AT gun. He's not going to be able to consistently penetrate it or threaten it.
Yeah, I think Daniel D is right in chat. He says F3riG has done a good job of minimizing damage and contesting the map against the 8-rad. I mean, not his fuel control, but he's done an okay job of kind of staying just about in there, would you say, Havoc?
Yeah, yeah. F3riG's, I mean, this is his bread and butter. It's just minimizing casualties, trying to inflict as many as possible. It's very difficult to do against DAK with really strong mechanized play. You can really minimize those infantry losses and disperse the damage across your vehicles instead. But F3riG's done a really good job so far despite that.
Look at Orangepest there, not being too scared by the M8. He knows he's got a giant mansion house in the way and lots of cover to deal with, so he just calmly walks away from the threat, pulls up the M8, and of course he's got those Panzerjägers to help out. They're not able to get their Panzerbooster volley off, however.
Yeah, I'd like to see actually Orangepest keep this around his 250 so he can follow the M8 around the map with his PJ. Looks like he's opting to creep them around though instead.
Ooh, 250 down. I believe that was a mine there. Or was it?
Yeah.
It's good mining spots. No minesweepers at this point. For either player. We know how much f3riG spams those mines. Orangepest suffered a loss to f3riG in the Master League season for Go3 last year, and it was the mining of f3riG and the subtle pressure applied that kind of made me realize, holy crap, this guy could be the next real deal. And I don't often make a prediction that's right, but when I do remind people about it. That's kind of my bread and butter. So yeah, I will remind you about it now.
So the Stuk's now out for Orangepest. f3riG, not the greatest composition to deal with this right now. Between basically the AT gun is the only thing that can even remotely threaten the Stuk. It looks like he's going to go in for a second one, which is probably the best call to make sure that Orangepest can't be too aggressive with diving and trying to take out the AT gun. The Stuk is pretty good at that.
Dare I point out an error in Orangepest at the moment? He has not upgraded the Panzer Pioneers with a Minesweeper yet, which is insanity. He's got 184 munitions. Do you think he's just waiting for the loiters later on?
He does have it.
He does.
I think he just has it
repairing.
turned off right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He turned it off. Maybe he was also repairing so it doesn't show because he was walking towards the vehicle. I don't know if that's the case. Okay, fair enough. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Look at that stealth reconnaissance. Yeah, creeping up on his belly, walking towards that heavy cover. Gotta love it. Need some James Bond or Mission Impossible music playing whilst he crawls.
Second 8-rad in production for Orangepest. Not too sure what he's aiming for with this. I feel like the one was probably enough. If anything, I'd consider a second Stuk at this point.
Yeah, Stugs would be good. I agree. I definitely think he's going to get the Pack 38 mechanized group call in after this, because that'll synergize quite well with the anti-infantry vehicles, of course. Oh, nice mine deletion there. Minesweeper's being used. AE has to eat some humble pie there.
f3riG teching bars. Okay, he's really wanting that infantry dominance at this point, and he's going to compete very well with these assault grenadiers.
Yeah, but is he going to? I don't know. I just have to object to that. I know you're going to want bars at some point, but he's up against 8-rads, isn't he? Like, surely Shafi would be the call.
Shafi is a better choice at this particular point. This is a very typical build order for f3riG, though. He does this all the time, and he's really only about 15 seconds from a Chaffee, which I'm sure we'll see come out from him shortly.
Wow, still 50 fuel, aren't they? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They did have a minor nerf, though, in this patch. They have a larger target box now, so you can hit them more reliably when they're moving.
I'm just surprised to see combat half-tracks upgrade from Orangepest, but maybe he really wanted that mortar on his 250.
Incendiary used. We saw some great incendiary shots in the 2v2 games yesterday, which you played in, didn't you? Your mortar bunker was taken out, I believe, by incendiary fire.
That was Ray's was playing USF, but yeah. Ruby had a really fantastic DAK build for that map.
If you haven't seen it, go check out the 2v2 finals of this hybrid tournament. Havoc won't be too positive when he talks about it, though, unfortunately for him.
f3riG's in a really strong position now. He's got his Chaffee, he's got double AT guns. Commander is upgraded on his 4x4, which is actually allowing him to spot those Panzerjägers in cloak, regardless of where they are. He's going to be able to see them if they're near the center of the map. Yep.
Yeah, okay, I see that. Yeah, that makes sense. I did kind of think that this may start being meta in this patch when they nerfed the fast deploy, because it was really powerful last patch as well. It's just that nobody wanted to use it because they wanted capping on all the Jeeps.
Yep. He's playing the 8-rads around the outside of the map, which I really like to see. I think getting emergency repairs at this point for Orangepest would be huge. The extra health pool and more uptime for his vehicles.
Yeah.
It would give him a lot more map presence with the vehicles he's got.
Yeah, so we don't have much chosen for Orangepest at the moment. He's still accumulating. Ah, there we go. He's just gone Flammenpanzer 3.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like he's gonna move his way down to the command tank. I think this is a highly underused unit right now for DAK. It gives 20% damage reduction on all surrounding vehicles, which combined with the other durability upgrades can make these light vehicles of DAK really beefy and
Yeah.
difficult to take out.
Meanwhile, as we've been talking, f3riG still hasn't gone for either the recovery vehicle or the field repairs. Two very strong options. Maybe he's thinking about easy 8s for the late game.
Yeah, I think he's going to make his way there. Oh,
wow, the 3 men on the Jeep basically became like fireworks there. Like the Lemmings late game. I don't know if you guys remember that.
yeah. That was a bit of a misplay from f3riG. He did see it approaching in the fog because of the commander upgrade, but he didn't react, and the Panzerjäger's firing from Cloak with the 8-rad follow-up, he took it out really quick. f3riG looking to respond, though.
Captain could die, by the way, whilst that's happening. Yeah, he is looking to respond. To be honest, he could have pushed more with the Chaffee. Little bit of trepidation there from f3riG, who was so aggressive in that. What was that tournament where he had that 7-week triple elimination tournament for $50? What was that?
The go for Co3.
No, it was Champs Road. That was it, Champs Road.
Oh, Champs
in
Road,
that,
right.
f3riG threw caution to the wind way more than usual. I'm very interested to see if he does that here, or he's going to go for the slow and steady approach again. Wow, how many kills?
Orangepest has Vet 1 on his Stug, which is really going to help him deal with those AT guns. He's going to be able to barrage them and approach them from long range. f3riG going for a mortar pit. It's going to help him with some indirect fire in the middle is a good choice. And Orangepest also has Medical Truck, which is really going to stabilize the manpower bleed that he's taking on his Assault Crans. It's going to allow him to dump more manpower into those upgrades for his vehicles.
Look at this, by the way, from the scouts pushing up to the water well in that south quadrant of the center. Just getting incredible visibility of Orangepest's position. My one problem with everything you've said about what f3riG is doing well is the mortar pit, of course, as we know, can be taken up by the 250 half track. And is f3riG doing enough to adapt to Orangepest's build order, or is f3riG just playing the same build order he would play in his scrims? What do you think about that, Havoc?
This is very typical for f3riG, the build that he's got against DAK. He did get a second Chaffee, so he's matching Orangepest's vehicle count pretty closely. Between the double AT guns, like, he's equipped, but I don't think that he can be aggressive now that Orangepest has a second Panzerjäger on the field. If he dives into those Panzerjägers, it could be disastrous for him.
Nice from Orangepest there, pushing away those scouts, deleting a mine. What is that Stug ability called when it's in that mode? What's the actual name of it?
It is called
Siege something, maybe?
Firing Positions.
Oh, wow.
So
what a creative name.
Yeah. It gives 50% range, but lowers the rate of fire by 50%. But combined with the Vet 1 ability from the 8-rad, which gives increased rate of fire and accuracy, this thing can be terrifying to team weapons and infantry alike. Oh my gosh.
Look at that from Orangepest holding the line. f3riG is distracted elsewhere, loses the engineers. Well played by Orangepest. He does have a big casualty coming possibly in the north. No, he trades grenades with the rifleman. Big wins all over the place for the Swede. f3riG seems off the pace for this one, but the Jaffies are going to look to try and make up for it. He feels like he's off the pace, so he wants to now set the pace. They come trundling in, but they give up and turn away.
Oh, he's unwilling to commit.
Yeah.
He's so afraid of these cloaked Panzerjägers, and we've got a third one coming out for Orangepest.
Wow. He's not afraid now. He definitely should be.
Yep. I was just going to say, f3riG really has to think about moving his way to tier 4 because these Panzerjägers are going to wreak havoc on his light vehicles, but he's opting for a third Chaffee instead. I see this as playing right into Orangepest's build.
I see everything f3riG's been doing is playing into Orangepest's build. It's like he's being countered in slow motion, but he's not changing direction. It's like, f3riG, there's an iceberg right up ahead. And he's just... There's no rudder movement from what I've seen. No rudder movement at all. Now, I'm not saying he's going to lose this, because I think f3riG's a stellar play, and he could just outmuscle Orangepest in terms of micro-mechanics. But in terms of strategy right now, from my limited understanding, I believe Orangepest has the edge.
Orangepest now just has enough CPs to get into that command panzer. And if he gets that, I think his vehicles are going to be pretty impervious to any kind of aggression. Chaffee's pulling up the left side here, taking some hits from a Panzerjäger squad. He's going to back those up.
Yeah. They can't do anything to the Panzerjägers either.
No.
Such a hard counter.
Keeping good control of the middle VP, though. The Mortar and the Greyhound just pushing all those infantry units away, bleeding him.
Don't forget, by the way, Orangepest in the late game, after this Panzer IV hits, he's currently waiting for the 380 manpower required. He's going to have the Stuka anti-tank loiter, which could be devastating to the Chaffees.
Yes, yeah. It's a great late game support ability to help deal with any heavy armor that we might see. Oh, Chaffee's posturing on the right-hand side of the map against these 8-rads.
Oh, yeah, there's not much support either. Where's the Panzerjägers? They're nowhere. That's a nice pickup for f3riG. Can the 8-rads get away? It looks unlikely. They've got that rear armor exposed. Again, no support anywhere to be seen. Oh, the smoke.
Oh, this is great smoke.
It is, but the lead 8-rad just got hit. Here comes the Panzerjägers finally, and f3riG backs away. Oh, meanwhile in the center, we got Greyhound, we got Chaffee, 8-rad. Oh, there you go. Panzerjägers takes him out.
Repair kits and smoke coming in so clutch for Orangepest right now. He's got a 4th Panzerjäger on the field.
Oh.
f3riG's going to have a really hard time moving his Chafees around.
So is that what he's gone for? It's the survival package, repair kits, any tungsten?
No tungsten yet, but that's definitely not needed against f3riG's current composition.
Fair enough.
Stug bounces a killing blow.
Yeah, they do that. And here comes the incendiary. There's the support weapon counter. That 250 has been the unsung hero of Orangepest's army. And the mortar bunker, there's no support weapons for Orangepest. There's not a single support weapon. So not only is half of his army invisible, his infantry army invisible, the others are assault grenadiers. So they're rushing around the battlefield. They're like the Billio. So they're so difficult for a mortar bunker to pin down. So that's what I was saying. It's like, you know, the rudder just hasn't moved for f3riG. This is a build to tackle Wehrmacht. It is not a build to tackle Orangepest's DAK.
Yeah. Orangepest still with a commanding lead on VPs at 350 right now, and f3riG's going to start feeling the pressure. He's opting for a 4th rifleman.
Mines in the victory point. They're not double mines. Fortunately, only 2 of the Panzer. Well, yeah, 1 of them died. So 2 mines. That's not good.
Yeah. Orangepest coming up really close on the command panzer now. I think he's going to pull this out.
Yeah. Oh, here come the Chaffees, but I think they're going to do another handbrake turn. Yep. There you go. No, it's double mortar. 250s
Looks
now.
like f3riG opted for the 4th rifleman. I'm assuming is a response to the number of Panzerjägers Orangepest has on the field. It looks like we did miss Orangepest losing 1 because he had 4 and now he's only got 3.
Yeah, seemingly we both missed that. Which shows you just how easy it is to miss things whilst casting. If AE, the most experienced tournament caster, and Havoc, one of the most experienced players, both miss something dying. But then, I always say the psychology of the top players, if it was going to die, it's because they missed it as well. So, it was likely a peripheral engagement. That's what I always think. Anyway, we've got Assault Grenadiers being forced away, vaulting away over the wall there in the centre. Orangepest is building up. He's got an 8-rad, the Command Panzer IV now, a Panzerjäger, a Stug Vet 2, the Panzer Pioneers, and let's just get a thumbnail of that. That is Orangepest DAK army. Looks pretty badass to me. We'll go with that as a thumbnail. I like it. Let's go back to default. Let's see what's happening. Oh, it's a triple cap. All the stuff we've said about Orangepest, amazing strat. He doesn't have the victory points right now, does he?
No, but he does. His composition is really strong. Like, he's got options. The longer that he can drag this out, the closer he's going to get to that loiter, which is going to give him all kinds of options to be aggressive should he choose to.
Yeah. He's pushing into nothing in the north. I don't think he can outmuscle F3riG there, but he is taking the central victory point in the meantime. Ooh, yep, the Panzer IV command tank has pushed up. Or is it a Panzer III?
It's Panzer IV command tank.
Panzer IV, good.
Yeah.
Early war. Oh, there's a nice wipe for you.
Yeah.
Engineer went down?
F3riG's only engineer.
Yeah.
F3riG does have access to field repairs, though, which he's popping to top up his chaffies.
Ooh, nice. That'll certainly help. In the South,
the armor
Chaffee.
buff.
Yeah, in the South, Chaffee versus Assault Grens. They're going to be able to cap whilst not sustaining any casualties to a light tank. That definitely would have been an anti-infantry counter in 1945 when it was actually deployed. So, yep, more realism. M1AT gun pushes up. Orangepest still trying to take the north. Look at that, they finally dropped a model or so. Bit of friendly fire from the mortar.
Good incendiary. Oh, that captain's very clumped up. There you go. Orangepest posturing to secure a triple cap for a short time, while F3riG moves to the left-hand side, and F3riG going for logistics, which is a great...
He needs it, Havoc. You know why? As Illigas informed us, it's actually his 5th rifle that's on the field. 5 rifles, he definitely needs logistics. Remind the chat what logistics does exactly, Havoc?
Yeah, so logistics is going to give him a 25% reduction on reinforced costs, so he's going to take less manpower bleed, and it's going to allow his riflemen to vet up faster as they secure some reinforcements from the med tent.
Look at that composition. Now, Orangepest at 95 pop cap. Wow, what's the tail of the tape here? We've got 2 Assault Grens, we've got 3 Panzerjägers, we've got 2 250 mortar half-tracks, 2 8-rads. We've got a Stug Vet 2 still, we've got the Panzer IV command tank, we've got an Ambulance, and the Gradschutzen Vet 2 now. That is a hell of a build.
Yeah, Orangepest going for veteran squad leaders. This is a great response considering he's pop capped right now. It's going to cause his infantry to take less damage and get veterancy faster as well. So this is kind of like the perfect DAK response to the logistics play from F3riG.
Just so hyped that we're starting to see all these abilities being played now. So it shows how we've progressed as a competitive schism of the community. We're starting to really test what works in the game more regularly in these big battles. We didn't used to be like this around 6 months ago.
F3riG is sitting on enough resources for tier 4 at this point, which I really think he's going to need to be able to break Orangepest's armored onslaught. But I don't know, he doesn't have a lot of time left now, ticking down from 100 VPs.
And Orangepest is so good at applying a pressure overall around the battlefield. F3riG's great at it as well, but if you've got 2 really good players, Havoc, and one has a slightly better strategy and build order, in my opinion at least, we know what happens, because I think the rock, paper, scissors simplistic counter to what Orangepest is doing is surely tier 4 Hellcats bulldozers with the Seek and Destroy, etc. And that's not what we've seen.
No, he's gone for 3 Chaffies. I think he's just really afraid of Orangepest's ability to dive him. And he was hoping that he'd be able to pick off some of these vehicles, but he hasn't killed... Let me see, he's killed a 250 and a bike, so he hasn't really killed any of Orangepest's major vehicles. 8-rads, Stug. Oh, here come the Chaffies.
Yeah, he has to commit now. He's failed to commit so far. He's picking on the Panzer IV command tank. There's the smoke deploy. We've got the Panzerjägers helping out. The 8-rads backing up. There's 2 Chaffies with rifles coming in behind, but it's going to be a straight trade in total. No, he gets away. All 3 Chaffies survive.
Wow, he got out with both. That's great for the F3riG.
Yeah.
That's exactly the vehicle that he needed to pick off because it provided so much extra strength to the rest of Orangepest vehicles, but Orangepest coming close to the resources for another one.
Yeah. And don't forget, everybody, it's a victory point struggle out there. This scout capping the northern victory point is clutch as this happens.
8-Rad rotating. He might lose the scout here.
He sees the danger. That means Orangepest is going to cap. Well, he's having too much fun trying to get rid of F3riG's units at the moment. He's ignoring the VPs. He doesn't want to finish this on VPs.
Yeah. Important call out here. Field repairs is on a 30-second cooldown, and F3riG has no engineer to get his Chaffies back.
Oh, no.
This is going to buy Orangepest some much-needed time to really apply the extra pressure and potentially close this out in the next couple minutes. We'll see.
That is unfortunate. That is game, basically. The amount of pressure these Chaffies could exert and they're not able to do so means the rifles have got to do it alone. Nothing to help them out. We've got a lot of fuel in the bag for F3riG as well, which shows a little bit of inefficiency overall in his build order.
Yeah.
You don't want that stocked up.
He ended up going for the Easy 8 combat group, which I really don't think was the right call here. I think he needed to go tier 4, and they're much cheaper on manpower with Allied War Machine.
Yeah, I kind of thought that if you were to build a US build order to bet your life on it, always kind of utilizes tier 4 Hellcats bulldozers as the combo. So just to see a player in the big money game series not do that is alarming. By the way, if Orangepest wins the upper bracket series, he gets the ultimate super duper pick in the grand super duper final tomorrow, and he says he is going to choose Semwa. He says he's going to really impact us all with that.
I want to see that in
writing. Yeah,
writing.
me too. As the Chaffies push in, the Stug's backing up, the Panzer IV's going on. We've got a 8-Rad going on a summer holiday around the north, leading them all astray. But here comes the Stukas. They're coming down.
Oh, so much damage.
8-Rad taken out, yes, but those Chaffies are going to be out of touch for a while.
Did get tagged. Oh, he lost 2.
Oh my lord. There's the follow-up. Losing 2 on the beach there. And GG well played, says F3riG. 1-0 to Orangepest.
Wow.
It wasn't finished, but we're not done. Well, now there's a war to be won. We never died, not even once. Welcome to the Resurgence. Go.
Yeah, that was just fantastically played by Orangepest. You can see it in the kill differential. You do expect to see more, like better infantry conservation by DAK, but this is just like a masterclass in DAK from Orangepest. And I really think like F3riG was probably expecting some Wehrmacht play. Maybe Coastals has been really common, but Orangepest hitting with a big surprise, and F3riG evidently wasn't ready for it, and he did not adapt his build enough to be able to overcome Orangepest's build. And I have to give a shout out too for the call on the second 8-Rad. Really panned out for Orangepest. He got lots of kills on it. He was able to retain great map control on the sides of the map, and the Stug was just holding it down in the center, which is exactly what he needed.
Yeah, it's some of the efficiencies he got out of his infantry as well is pretty insane. He only lost 1 infantry squad the whole game. One of his Panzerjägers went down, of course, but some of these efficiency factors and the vehicle damage, etc., was pretty tremendous. Meanwhile, F3riG wasn't able to get really close to that with his mainline infantry, which is unfortunate. Wowzer! That was good. That was a really good game. I feel like Demare in chat is going to have to redo his Oppenheimer Twitch channel reward. You know, the one that goes on about 3 engineers?
Yep.
It's going to have to be going 3 Panzerjägers now or something.
Yeah. Or 2x250.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is
that was
like,
it.
that's a fantastic build. I've been playing it with it a little bit in auto match. It just gives you so much early momentum. You have great capture power with the double crowd shoots and early on. And you're able to get to assault grenadiers by like 3.5 minutes, which is really, really early and really difficult to deal with if you don't have enough forces on the field.
There we go. Oh, the first replay length between Ruby and Hulk Smash is ridiculously large for a 1 versus 1 game. I've got a long
Really?
day ahead. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because I'm tired after that, because even though it's 30 minutes long, it was like an intense 30 minutes of really good players.
Yeah.
You have to be on the ball to try and keep up with what they're doing. It is actually quite tiring. So, yahoo. The 2v2 winners fight, as it's called, between Ruby and Hulk Smash. The first game length is insane. So, look forward to that later. We do not have... Oh, we do have game 2. Okay. We have game 2 ready to rock and or roll. So let's get that sent to Havoc. And we're going to be on a 3-minute break whilst AE gets a snack and a drink of water. We'll be right back. Thank you for waiting and watching and being yourselves. Cheers.
Off some vehicles with them. Like, you can't go 3 Chaffies and not pick off some of these DAK vehicles before they ramp up.
You're live again, by the way, because what you're saying is really insightful, so I just thought I'd play it to the crowd, but just an FYI. But yeah, I agree with your insight, bro. We're basically saying, chat, that we feel F3riG, for some reason, has been playing nervously, and he's not quite on form today, basically. Although Orangepest played amazingly, don't get me wrong, but it was like there was a bit of both in that previous game, we feel.
Yeah, this was definitely not peak F3riG, so hoping he can dial in on his Axis game, and well, I guess we'll see what happens.
And he's a really strong Axis player as well, so, you know, there's a good chance he can dial in. Nelly Neal, last one I'm eating, it's called a pikelet. Pikelet, it's like a Northern English breakfast snack. It's a savoury / sweet breakfast kind of muffin texture, but with currants or raisins. I don't know what you guys call them. We call them currants. I think they're raisins. That's really tasty. Yeah, there's a shop in my suburban area, which is a former mining village, and the shop sells oatcakes and pikelets. So Google Staffordshire oatcakes, and they're a savoury wrap, kind of used like a Mexican tortilla, but primarily for cheese, bacon, eggs, mushrooms, breakfast food. And you wrap it together, and they've been eating them around this area for years. It's a very nice local delicacy. Very tasty. English are very good at making beige food. Like tasty beige food that gives you coronary heart attacks. That's our speciality. I get off on a slight power... what is it, Relic? Use that terminology. What's it? Power... Fantasy! No, it's not a power fantasy. Everyone's got to wait for me to finish this pikelet, and that's powerful, isn't it? I want some coffee as well. Hang on. I'm just going to have a sip of very cheap coffee from Aldi that my wife bought. It tastes mostly of sugar, and I'm not entirely sure there's any caffeine in it, actually. It's like sugary milk. It's really not that great. Right, Havoc, are you ready, mate?
I'm at 5 seconds.
Oh, me too. Me too. Is chat ready as well? I mean, are we all ready for game 2, guys? I thought game 1 was quite intense, so I wanted a little break there. I felt I needed it. Hope you guys are ready. Okay. Looks like we've got... Looks like Orangepest is kind of the player on the left, so I'll just swap their names around a little bit here. And I am, of course, going to give him his very deserved 1-0 victory. Let's roll. It wasn't finished, but we're not done. Well, now there's a war to be won. We never died, not even once. Welcome to the Resurgence. Go. What's happening out there, Havoc? What can you see?
We're 20 seconds in, and we've got a machine gun airdrop by Orangepest on F3riG's natural fuel.
Oh, wow. There you go. And F3riG, no surprises, he's going to be a creature of habit. He wants to get into this upper bracket final. He's gone straight for coastals, of course. Well, that's a big ballsy play, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like, though, F3riG very quickly responding and pivoting to the left-hand side of the map.
Yeah, coastal's going to go right there. They've already queued up sandbags, but so have the engineers. I don't think the engineers are going to be able to finish theirs off.
Oh, this is a rough approach for Orangepest. Another engineer in production.
What? I mean, engineers are good. I mean, I'll tell you a little tale about Co-1 Havoc. When Marines, rest in peace, pioneered the 4 Pioneer build, that was a big thing. So we went through the phase of, wow, you can build more than one working unit. And then all of a sudden, like the next couple of tournaments later on game replays, we had Tommy and I believe Magpie coming out with 4 engineers. So we've been there in the Co-1 side from many years ago. So it wouldn't surprise me if we've had we've had multiple Royal Engineers, we've had multiple Bios. Maybe it's time for multiple US engineers, Havoc.
Yeah. We're also seeing a second machine gun drop from Orangepest. This, honestly, this is the weirdest USF build I've seen yet.
Wow. Maybe he's going for that rollover on the $50 AE non-Meta award. I think
is that still up?
It's still up because I wanted to see if anybody wanted to come out with anything this tournament, but I didn't want to like publicize it too much because it's Relic's prize pool. But I never actually finished, so I got like a short list of Dexan. I think you from your Assault Engineers. We never did a vote, and I closed down my Patreon because, quite frankly, I didn't think it was very morally justified to still be asking community for money when I'm clearly being sponsored by Relic. So I was like, oh, I can't do that. That's not correct ethics, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll do a big vote on the Discord. I think after this tournament, we'll shortlist whoever did non-meta, but in this case the non-meta is purely natural. This is just Orangepest trying to put a spanner in F3riG's works, Havoc. He's trying to confuse him, bedazzle him, and ultimately conquer him.
This is so interesting. He's going for Weapon Support Center, and ISC is also in production. We could see a half-track from Orangepest?
Yep, interesting. Right, yep, very interesting. He's got the fuel. He's had double fuel for a while now. Yet again, he's had that 33 fuel income against 13 for F3riG, and it's happened yet again. That is really good from Orangepest.
Yeah. There it is. A half-track in production for Orangepest. F3riG, does he have his tier 2 up? No, he doesn't yet.
No. No, Mr. F3riG's just gone for an MG42, aka something that'll go down very easily to a quad mount.
Yeah. Oh, this This 30 cal is in a pretty
Yeah,
dicey
what was he
position.
doing? He's getting overly confident there. He may lose this MG. He had his back to f3riG's bushes. He does have infantry coming in. He also has this half-track, but he's not upgrading it yet. Now the Coastals have to get away. Orangepest will not be happy with that. He clearly started feeling he was a god amongst men yet again, which is pretty much Orangepest's major downfall and pitfall.
Orangepest took an engineer loss too.
Ooh.
So he's down to 4 units with the captain now.
Yeah, that was daft. That was daft. Even confused me as the caster. I was like, hang on, that MG42's red now? It's like, wait, that's a 30 cal facing the wrong way? That close to f3riG's base? What was he thinking?
I don't know. Very interesting, but a real dicey start from Orangepest. He's lost a couple of units now. He's donated a machine gun over to f3riG, which is going to play right into this engineer build that he's got.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of backfired, and if you look at the kill differential right now, we're looking at 14-4 for f3riG.
Wow. That's a big KD, but look at the map. You can't argue with the results. Those Americans may have died, but they got the oil.
Yeah. He's got the machine gun in the house to keep that left side VP secured. He's on a triple cap right now, which is great.
That DDL has been designated.
There it is, yeah.
A line of defensive operation. A slowly revolving circle that makes us as a community ask, when? When will this be reworked?
Yeah, really.
So he's gone for, is it the 57mm conversion?
Yes, and he's going to be using that high explosive barrage on cooldown, I'm sure. No vehicles out yet for f3riG.
Ah, it's very concussive. Like Anthony
We've
Joshua
also got
versus Ngannou.
paratroopers
Yes, we
produced by
have.
Orangepest. That's the first time I've seen them this tournament. I don't know about you.
I've seen paratroopers with bazookas in the team games, but not in the 1v1 side, you're right.
20mm produced by f3riG in response to the half track, I suppose, but also just a great firepower augment for the Coastals.
Just a centerpiece for the DDL as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, what's better than a semi-permanent circle that repairs, heals, and buffs all of your units? One with a flak 30 inside. It's like the ultimate, isn't it?
Got a second squad of paratroopers for Orangepest. Good maneuver by f3riG to grab that cutoff. And he's just going to start inching up the center and retaking control here.
Yeah.
Jaeger in production. He's going to equip that with a Shrek, no doubt. He's going to have munitions for it in just a minute.
No diggity. Yep, the munitions at 57 at the moment. Meanwhile, Orangepest, let's check on him. He's at 97. 2 paratroopers now. The hell? Wow. So he's going for an elite infantry-based build. Only the one engineer these days, but it didn't start off that way. And that 57mm is the concussive. Indirect firepower. It's going to try and means that he can hold the center and punish the DDL play.
Herein lies the problem with DDL is once you take that first hit from any indirect fire, as long as you reposition, you're able to heal right back up within a very short time.
Yeah.
And effectively negate any pressure applied by the indirect fire. Good flank on the machine gun in the south. Oh,
Ooh, yeah, very good flank. Well picked out there. He's going to go for the retreat here. The Coastals are unlikely to be able to get that back. But there is a flak 30 now. All eyes on this. Can Orangepest get straight back into this series and keep this MG? The Coastals are firing. Those Kar 98Ks tremble in their hands, and he's not able to get the shot. Orangepest back in this.
yeah, stolen MG back from f3riG. And I actually say that he's got the better bet here because he traded a 30 cal for an MG42.
I was just going to ask that. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. I was just zooming in as you said it. I wanted to see which MG he got back. It is indeed the... Hang on, that's not an MG42, is it? Can you check on the UI? I don't want to expand the UI.
Oh wait, no, it was the 1919. I was
Yay! He
mistaken.
recognised a weapon from what it looks like, and I'm not even American.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to do that, by the way, chat, because I don't want to expand this UI because it will show you the game length. So that's why we need a co-caster for these tourneys, and Havoc is our man. He got his
Jaeger
gun back,
produced?
basically, and yeah,
Yeah,
another
he
Jaeger
did.
produced. Another Jaeger produced, nice. Okay. What's next, Havoc? What do these players need to do to pivot and to adapt?
I'm really interested to see how Orangepest is going to equip these paratroopers. I've never really seen the interaction between paras and these coastals. If he goes for the LMGs, he could just kind of fight them from cover and do pretty well at long range, or maybe he's going to go for Zooks to deal with f3riG's inevitable build of Whirlwind. I don't know, but he's got enough fuel right now for tier 4. He may pivot into that as quickly as possible, but it is going to leave him temporarily susceptible to an early Whirlwind. He's got no AT on the field right now.
Yeah. Well, the good news for Orangepest is he can drop it from the sky at a click of a button. You know what I mean? That's going to be very helpful. And we've got our first Panzer Shrek for f3riG. So I would always advise players, to keep the sky-given clickable AT as an option. You don't have to click it too early because it's so bloody instant, and just make sure you've got the manpower so when that verbal does hit, you've got the response out and you're not necessarily getting it too early, kind of thing.
Yeah, f3riG still sitting on a kill advantage at 33-20. He's sitting comfortably on 372 VPs. First Whirlwind is in production, and f3riG's army composition is looking really strong against what Orangepest has right now.
Yeah.
Orangepest not too far off from his first tier 4 vehicle once that goes up, so it'll be interesting to see what f3riG does with that Whirlwind, and effectively no pressure right now. He could do some serious work with it.
Oh, Tightrope, by the way, reminds us that the 57mm, of course, is an anti-tank option, but yeah, I suppose he already has that as an option. I mean, you said f3riG's build order there, Havoc, and I would just say f3riG's build order here is the build order for Wehrmacht. It is the meta, and f3riG is the best at playing it. So it's almost like we built a super AI to play Wehrmacht this patch, and you're seeing it.
Yeah. Whirlwind on the field. Yeah, that's a good call from Tightrope. Almost forgot about the 75mm because it just hasn't really existed in the first 12 minutes that we're in here.
Mortar out this time. It's against Wehrmacht, so it should be a lot better. Should get Vet 3 relatively easily. We saw a mortar pit in the previous game not even get close to Vet 3 because it was against DAK and they were moving. They didn't have any support weapons.
Yep. This is a good pit. He's able to hit the natural fuel of f3riG from his position. He's also able to cover the middle and hit most of the DDL. And as that vets up, he's going to get even more range on it.
Oh, what a mortar pit shot on the Pioneers there.
Oh.
Nearly killing them in one. And there we go. We've got some options for Orangepest there. Supply drop is the next choice, of course. And one of the best things about Airborne is you get all of your abilities relatively early, don't you?
Yep. The CP cost for them is relatively low with the exception of the bombing run at 5. But Orangepest is maybe just a few minutes away. You can average about 1 CP per minute, it seems, if there's a lot going on.
We should call the bombing run the tactical nuke from now on. It's probably a better name for it.
It's more suitable.
Yeah.
Second Whirlwind production for f3riG.
And a bulldozer! Yeah!
For
wow, bulldozer for Orangepest. Holy crap, that's it is the builds what we've seen from the Americans, but it still surprises me because it's such a departure from last year's US play that we saw so much of.
I gotta call out, Orangepest is taking a lot of bleed damage on these paratroopers, and they are pretty expensive to reinforce at 30 manpower per model.
Engineers versus Verbal in the north. I don't like that battle. f3riG's choices, of course, he's got the artillery officer as an option.
Second Whirlwind moving to the south.
And the scouts could bite the bullet. Not if the bulldozer's got anything to say about it.
Ooh. Good opening hit there.
Chat, when we eventually see the wizard, I want you to have a name ready. A wizard from any lore of your choice, as long as AE knows about it. I'm very good at Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, but, you know, if you stay within things I know, I'd be happy with that.
Happy too.
Gandalf, we're not called a wizard Gandalf yet this tournament.
We haven't. No. I think it's because Gandalf has so many positive connotations. People just can't bear to use that name. So
Saruman.
Yeah, there we go.
Christopher Lee in the house. Let's go with that. Yeah, that'll do. By the way, guys, I'm going to be pivoting to Dune references when I've gone to watch Dune for the second time at the cinema. So get ready for that in my cast coming 2024. We're pivoting from Lord of the Rings to Dune. Now you're getting airburst barrages coming down. Havoc, what else can you see?
Those are trying to deter this middle, but I don't know. I really feel like Orangepest has to pivot to the sides. It's so hard to play around this DDL. F3riG's not going to take any bleed. He took some good damage, but he's just healing right back up from it. Verbal's moving to enclose on that paratrooper squad in the north. Ooh, he's got to get out of there pretty quickly. Yeah, good call on the retreat. And it looks like F3riG posturing to secure another triple cap. Martyr in production. Great choice.
Yeah, really
here
strong.
to deal with and deter the bulldozer.
And the VPs have they've flowed quite evenly for both players, but F3riG does have a decisive lead of about 140 or so.
Yeah. F3riG is accumulating 60 munitions per minute right now, and with that coastal wall, we should see that translate to a lot of mines on the field, and that's going to be really difficult for Orangepest to deal with, considering he's only got one sweeper.
Yeah, that's pretty much what everybody's going to have. When you're up against 19 munition mines, it's, you know, some schools of thought say you should get another one, maybe.
Orangepest coming up on the resources for another vehicle of his choice pretty soon. He's got 200 manpower, 80 fuel, so he could save for another dozer. He could pivot into a Hellcat. I don't honestly, if I were in his position, I might go for the Hellcat, but
yeah,
I don't know
think
what
so.
he's gonna.
But that Hellcat's going to be so heavily
time.
Mitigated by the mines. We've just seen one detonate. We can see others already planted. It's going to be difficult. But don't see this game as like either player's going to be going for the killing blow. Oh, airborne dead in the center. Orangepest with a big loss there. That's huge.
Jaeger's flanking this bulldozer.
Mine detonates.
Oh, he picks up the machine gun.
Yep. Whistle like this.
Is he going to go to finish that off? What is he doing?
Yeah, he should be trying to finish it off with the Shreks, one would say.
Looks like he's going to let him recrew it.
Maybe just sense that those engineers so close they'd get it back so quickly.
I have to say, like the army difference right now, we're looking at 83 pop for F3riG and 45 for Orangepest. I don't know how he's going to be able to get back into this. He's going to need some big pickups from the bulldozer and another vehicle produce. It looks like he may have teched. He did. Yeah, he teched logistics to try to mitigate some of those manpower losses, but his army size is shrinking, and F3riG's getting very close to that very scary critical mass coastal build.
Yeah, it's not looking good. How do you find playing North allies in tournament conditions on this map? Do you think there's a way, or do you think Axis is so powerful on this particular battlefield?
Personally, I favored going for UKF on this map. The Polston does incredibly against the coastals in the early game. Had a lot of success with heavy armor as well and Churchills. They're just very difficult to actually kill with the composition that F3riG has. So I was a little surprised to see Orangepest go USF. He had talked about potentially using UKF instead, but it looks like he wasn't comfortable to take that.
He just wanted to go for this meme build, it seems.
It really is a meme. I can't believe he
Well, it may have worked. He just
engineer.
screwed up with the 30 cal. He lost a load of pressure. It was working for a while. If you've just joined us, chat, Orangepest went for a 30 cal, a double 30 cal opening as airborne, and then into double engineers, into double paratroopers. No rifles build, basically.
I'm so, not to get ahead of ourselves, but F3riG looking super dominant. Second Martyr in production. He's going to have 4 anti-vehicle units on the field. Orangepest, he's ticking down, and he's got his dozer, his second dozer in production, but I don't know if he's going to be able to stop the VP bleed at this point. He keeps pushing the center, which I'm really surprised to see. I just feel like that's not something that you can do until you have either a bombing run ready or, you know, you're setting up for a big push to try to decapture that defensive line.
Ooh, talking of bombing runs, he has unlocked it now. And don't forget he can use the supply drop, which is 125 munitions, manpower only, sorry. And then he can just spam it, basically. So that may be a feature. How he's going to get past the verbal Vin and the Marauders is another problem. First supply drop coming in. Verbal's trying to take it down. It's going to drop in base, so he should be absolutely fine, of course. And there's those shadows. Oh, those gorgeous shadows. Look at that. 3080 working overtime.
Second dozer out now for Orangepest. Let's see, is he going to tag team them? Looks like he's pushing into the left-hand side.
Needs to get a VP back.
Yep.
He's only got 50 victory points. He needs the VPs pretty desperately, to be honest, Havoc.
Yeah, he's got to close this out. He's got to close the gap here, keep pushing his way in, but that Martyr is going to deter the dozer from moving forward anymore. And the Whirlwind pushes in to pressure off these paratroopers.
That's what US with no AT looks like. It's not pretty. He satcheled the verbal Vin! He satcheled the verbal Vin!
Oh my god!
That's awesome! He doesn't need AT! He just needs Mega 5-head satchels. That was awesome. Love it. All of a sudden, Orangepest looks okay now. He's not going to tick down on VPs anymore.
Yeah.
That was so clutch. That was so clutch. But he did use his bombing run munitions on that. But it was totally worth, of course.
Okay, this I'm surprised by. Third Martyr in production for F3riG. I just feel like that's overkill and kind of unnecessary at this point. He needs the anti-infantry power of the Werble. Second Werble would be much better choice here.
Oh, yeah. But he only has to eke down 43 VPs. Oh, Bulldozer forcing away the Coastals. In the south, we've got a 2-man MG. That is situation desperate there.
Yeah. He's got them holed up in that building, just hoping to cover the VP. And I suspect... Oh, there we go. Yeah, F3riG canceled it, and he moved over to the Martyr production instead.
He's listening to us. I don't know if that's legal. Oh, another supply drop there for Orangepest.
Got double Martyr in the middle, double Shrek Jaeger. Gonna deter those dozers from covering the middle.
Right. God, Orangepest has 65 pop cap, F3riG has 80. This, a bombing run, everything depends on it. Orangepest has to push en masse. He's got a weakened Bulldozer though, so he's not ready to. Captain uses his
Good
mortar
dozer hit
as well. Gets over the line. Has got to stay there. Forces away the Coastal. Mortar Bulldozer combo. Good work.
Bull is rotating to the left side to find out that machine gun most likely. And F3riG has his Jaegers postured for an ambush here, just left of the VP.
No, dude, he's done something even better than that. He's spread out in anticipation of the carpet bombing run. That is awesome. He's spread out already. He's spread out already, so he can only lose one thing at a time. He thinks. Let's see what he's gonna lose. Oh, he lost a more. Oh, he lost 2 things still. It's so bloody wide. He thought about it a minute in advance, and he still lost 2 things. You gotta love it. There you go. Right, 1-man MG's finally gonna retreat. The Bulldozers push in. That is brutal. That is brutal.
He held the line against those coastals.
God. It's wider than your mama. It's so wide, you can't escape it. Look at the footprint of that thing.
Yeah.
Look, it's like the concrete donkey from Worms Armageddon. How'd you get away from that?
Orangepest was able to destroy... Oh, he didn't. He didn't destroy the flak. He got it down to one shot.
He was unlucky as well. Daniel D's right. The spread was a little bit lucky. He's going into... Can't quite kill that.
Again. Oh, that is so rough.
Anti-tank gun dropped in.
He really wants it.
Oh, he wants it so bad.
Yeah.
That AT gun's there. He's pushing in again. He wants this. Does he have enough firepower? They're going to just throw bombs here like a hockey fight. Bulldozer's pushed up. It's on a mine. Needs to push further forward. Marder could hit the mine. Needs to be careful. He loses the 57mm barely did anything all game. We're not going to miss that. Oh, what a game this is. By the way, guys, clip everything. Please clip everything. You probably missed the satchel from earlier. Shame on you. Go back to the VOD. Please clip it, because clips are so bloody helpful in making montages, and I'm pretty sure Relic want to make a montage of the thing they sponsored. Somebody go and do the satchel for me. Kenny Emmy got the bombing run, but we've got so many bombing runs. Go get the satchel, somebody, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. He's way too tired after a day of casting to do things like that. Yeah, Tightrope's right. It was there for 20 minutes. It's only that one. Mr. Rope, are you here to do some casting later? That would be nice if you were here for later. Got, I think Demare wants to join us later as well, so that might be good. So there's somebody nominated to go and get the satchel for me. Right, let's go back to the game, Casty. We've got 43 victory points remaining for Orangepest. His army size has resurged, pun intended, to 71. f3riG still on 86. How do you see this, Havoc?
It's much closer than it was a few minutes ago. The bombing run had some great pickups for Orangepest. He's got double dozer. He's dropped himself an M1AT gun, posturing to build himself a Hellcat when he needs to. f3riG's still very close to PopCap. He's got essentially the perfect coastal army composition, but what I'm really interested in is how he's going to break back through to this middle VP.
Yeah, it seems that Orangepest is like a hornet's nest, ready to react to any activity on that central victory point, but the south is a little bit under. There it is, the bulldozers coming to maintain it. Meanwhile, Orangepest needs some insurance cover, so he's going to go for north. Right, we've got a worker battle in the centre. Pyos versus NG's, but a 30 cal. Well, we've got a 30 cal and a flak 30. Help out that situation. Back in the south, everything's pushing in down there, Havoc. Everything's pushing in. The bulldozer and the paratroopers. Pioneers go down in the centre. And what's happening in the north? Oh, he's won in the north, so he'll be able to cap there. These 43 victory points are holding so strong. Oh.
Orangepest just cleared out the MG42 that was positioned in the north, and they just traded sides essentially, but I'd say Orangepest actually comes out on top here because he's able to pick up that MG42 from f3riG.
Yeah, yeah. But Orangepest has taken a bit of a PopCap punishment, 67, and he's lost a lot of bodies in the past few minutes, and f3riG has a massive force in the centre. And look at all this coming as well. This is going to finish the game off. Orangepest has to see the danger right now. He has to go right now, because here comes f3riG's massive army to retake the centre and retake all of those victory points and win the game.
Hellcat's out for Orangepest. He's going to be looking for an opening to try and close on these vehicles. Oh, good shot from the M1. Second from the Hellcat. Very close.
He's going to get the follow-up, is he? Is he? Can't quite get the range. The capping continues. The airburst shells continue. The bulldozer trying to keep the point. Orangepest has to get this somehow, but he's got no infantry there to fight. None at all. All right, who's emerging from base? One captain. 2 MGs, he's got a weakened Hellcat, a damaged engine bulldozer, 43 VPs. I'm not so sure he can redo this, Havoc. I'm not so sure.
He doesn't have the repair power to get his vehicles back in the fight to make this final push. Good shots from this M1. Already vet 2.
Oh. Bulldozer's had to get back in there. Oh, this is the weakened one. He's had to stay in there, rather. And the captain's crawling forward on his belly. Where's the mortar smoke, Orangepest? Mortar smoke! Now! Sorry, I don't want Orangepest to win, but he is threatened to use Semwar as his super pick, so I kind of do want him to win, because that'd be hilarious. Just trolling the entire community with Semwar, that would be so much fun. Look at the MG holding in the north! Oh my god, so little health! Oh, he's assassinated! And there goes the Bulldozer. Here comes the remnants of Orangepest's army to try and take the centre, but F3riG's going to take the north, and that'll be all she wrote. Wow, another intense game, Havoc. Another really intense one. They're only 30 minutes long each, but I feel like it's a 55-minute slugfest with how much action we're seeing.
Yeah, love to see it. You've got... Orangepest has packed an engineer into the dozer to try and grab that left VP in a desperate attempt.
And he's fighting to the death in the centre. Are we going to see an amazing comeback victory? Unlikely, but let's dream. 5 victory points. Nah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, it's not going to happen. GG.
Good game.
Whew.
Wow. I mean, textbook play for the most part from F3riG. Very few mistakes on his side. You can see the advantage for F3riG and the infantry losses. It's just the power of DDL, man. Like, you're able to negate so much manpower bleed with the on-the-field heals.
Look at the DDL got planted around 8 minutes, and F3riG never had less territory than Orangepest from that point onward. Oh, man. Orangepest did make a bit of a... I don't trust the army value graph in this game, by the way. But points held still works. So, yeah. But, yeah, that was a really good game, too. A really strong
innovative
game,
build.
Too.
Yeah, very innovative build from Orangepest. I have to give him some credit for almost making it work. But yeah, he took some early losses, which I think killed a lot of his momentum. I don't really think the 57mm half track was the right call. Didn't really pay off in the long run. And, you know, when he really needed it to perform and kill that 20mm, it just wasn't able to hit the last shot, which is pretty heartbreaking for him. But
somebody go and do the satchel for me.
Well played.
Apparently there was an awesome oh my god, look at this Shrek snipe. I wasn't even conscious of this when it happened. Look at this one that Stern Panther got during the... Look at this Shrek snipe. Go and do the satchel for me. Kenny Heavy got the bombing run, but we've got so... It's popped his head like a watermelon. Big thanks to the guy that got me the satchel charge snip. Let's have a watch of that.
Close the gap here, keep pushing his way in, but that martyr is going to deter the dozer from moving forward anymore. And the Whirlwind pushes in to
the satchel charges
pressure off these paratroopers.
Really frustrating right now because there's actually no voice lines in the vehicles for them. So if you're not watching it, you're getting no audio feed. And I think that's what happened here for F3riG. He just assumed his Whirlwind was fine, parked it on the paratrooper, and just took it.
Yeah. Just let's listen to the game a second on this one. This one's the bombing run. Let's have a listen to this one. That's awesome. He's spread out already. So he can only lose one thing at a time. He thinks. Let's see what he's gonna lose. Oh, he lost a more. Oh, he lost 2 things still. It's so bloody wide. He thought about it a minute in advance, and he still lost 2 things. Wow, Havoc. Yeah. Yeah, there's some very powerful stuff in this game, and I'm not an advocate of just nerf everything. I just like when things have counters. That's all I'll say. Like, everything should have a counter. That's should be possible to counter everything, theoretically.
Yeah.
And what you said...
buzzword.
What you said about satchels, they don't have a voice line, so no counter.
Yeah, you have to see it, unfortunately. And... you're not always looking, you know? Like, I think I would have made the same mistake very easily. I think anyone would.
Stone Panther says, imagine you play with a sniper and your sniper dies to a Shrek. Well, fun fact for you here, the very first YouTube clip I ever saw of Company of Heroes was a sniper dying to a Pak 38 shot in around 2007. So I don't even know if that's on YouTube still. It's probably like very low view video in like 280p or something. But yeah, so that was a thing in Co 1, and I'm not against random acts of violence. I don't think the game should be too clean and too dependably predictable. I like the random aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Havoc as a top level player is like, I'm a caster, so of course I like the random BS, right?
It's exciting to watch. It's very the randomness, and I think that was what made KO2 in many ways so theatric and it just exciting to watch. But I can tell you as a player on the receiving end of some of those things, it really hurts. It really could tilt you.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I just heard you say nothing there. It's great. Ooh, the map! Next map is a funny map. There we go. That'll be good. Wow.
I can't imagine.
Oh, man. I never saw what Tightrope says. Is Tightrope down for some casting in a little bit? Or does, because I think Tightrope can only cast on Saturdays. What did Tightrope say? Did anybody catch what Tightrope said? Because I was too busy casting. No, I think Tightrope's not listening to commentary. Probably hates the sound of my voice. Can't say I blame him. People
He called me out for missing that the Orangepest had. I said Orangepest had no AT, and I forgot about the 57mm.
Gabby, you've been missing some real good stuff. We've had some amazing games, to be honest. No planes going off minimap, unfortunately for you, but there has been some really, really, really cool moments. Really cool. Like satchels killing tanks, etc. Some really cool stuff. Yeah. Thanks, Nelly Neal. Tightrope did say something. We can't change the planet, Gabby. We can't change the size of the planet. Canada is... Havoc's Canadian. He's here. Aren't you, Havoc?
Mm-hmm.
You're loving it, right?
Represent.
Early mornings, let's go. That's the best time. You catch the worm at that time.
That's right.
Early birds catching the worms. You need to do it. That's when the worms come out the ground. That's when the birds have to be there. Lovely stuff. Gabby, there may or may not be a second verse written for the Resurgence ditty. There's a plectrum in my hand. I need to hit like 500 viewers, and that may be busted out at some point. Needs to be like a large amount of viewers, though. Only at 333 right now. Disappointing. Everyone multiply yourselves if you can. Okay. Enough chitter-chatter, Havoc. We need to get it on.
I can't believe this map, dude.
Don't spoil it. You love it. Come on.
I can't believe it.
Don't tell the fans what it is, but they have to guess what it is.
I'm not going to. They have to guess. This should be good.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I can't tell you. How do you already know? Have you been watching and coaching Orangepest through Discord? Because if so, that is a punishable offence. And if I get proof of that, you're both banned, and Relic are going to rescind any merchandise they've sent you in the last 2 years. You'll have to send it back to them. It's true.
Got 'em.
Yep. Because how do you know what map it is, Demare? How do you know? Tell me! Are you secretly Orangepest's coach? What's going on?
I think the word he used was mentor.
It seems suspicious that he knows what map it's going to be. Do you think he sits in Discord with Orangepest? Helping him. It's possible, isn't it? How can we prove that isn't happening?
I don't know. We can't know.
No, we can't know. But he says it's fake news, so I'm going to have to believe that as soon as somebody says fake news, that is really trustworthy, and it's a very good defense. Like, If you just say fake news, it means whatever allegations are thrown at you, Havoc, they don't exist. It's easy.
It's the secret.
Oh, Demez got the ultimate proof. He says he was streaming whilst they were playing. Fair enough. That's actually a really good defense. I do know some top level players have done that in the past. I've caught them out and I'm like, I can't really ban that though. And that's kind of esports as well, isn't it? It's like what the actual esports people do.
You got a coach in your ear the whole time?
Yeah, I wouldn't like that though, personally.
Quote unquote, helping you focus.
Oh my god. Helping hands. It's all coming together now. The whole picture. Like the Charlie off Always Sunny in Philadelphia whiteboard meme. It's like, I'm starting to understand. The players are talking to each other. What's going on, Havoc? What's going on? My biggest conspiracy theory, though, which is literal facts, is Nagano and Isolde scrimmed together, then played in the tournaments together, and were always in the grand final together. It was like steel sharpening steel. It was a money-making cabal. It dominated the Master League for Co2, and it was so in plain sight. They were refusing scrims with weaker players and just like sharpening each other's steel and crossing swords all the time. And like, no wonder they were always the grand final. It was like, of course they were. It's like Ronaldo and Messi training together all the time. Okay, right, enough chin wagging now. Let's get this game on. Let's get it on. Let's do it. It wasn't finished, but we're not done. Well, now there's a war to be won. We never died, not even once. Welcome to the Resurgence.
Perfect.
Hello there, and welcome to Kasserine Pass. Welcome to Tunisia. This is GB Pirates' custom map for Company of Heroes 3. It's one of the better custom maps out there, and he's actually been hosting a custom map making competition these last several months. I've been very busy, so I've been a bit not checking it out as much as I should have been, so this is my way of trying to make it up to him. We've got F3riG as USF, and we've got Orangepest again as the mighty Deutsche Afrika Corps, the son of OKW and Panzer Elite that came before them. Havoc, how do you see this game going? What's going to happen?
It's hard to make a call. I've played this map once. I don't think F3riG's ever played it that I've seen. Orangepest I can't speak for. So we're in for a really interesting... I don't think either of these players are prepared. I honestly can't believe that this map made it through the veto process, but hey, here we are.
It's not that bad. I mean, the only problem I have with the map is the central victory points, just often where this, like, Acropolis kind of thing is. It often just becomes, like, the Battle of the Somme, just, like, trading, not as much flanking as I would like, but the aesthetical beauty of the map is outstanding.
Yeah. To be clear, that's not a knock about the map at all. It's a fantastic looking map. I just, I figured the players would have been afraid to do something completely new. But here we are.
Yeah.
And Orangepest, same opener as last time. I think, honestly, on this map, it's going to be very strong. This is a very long, very wide map. It's going to play into the strengths of the Kradschützen's capture power. We can see Orangepest is on his way to get a double fuel secure here.
Daniel D in chat thinks that DAK are scary on this map. Well, I think Orangepest DAK is scary no matter the map, but I'm very interested to see if that bears fruit, that idea here. We've got a scout and engineer being soundly beaten. Where's the rest of F3riG's on? We've got a rifleman going southwest with the Jeep. It's the same build and strategy from game 1 on Faymanville earlier today.
And he decided to double back to the south side, which I'm a little surprised about, considering he's going to be a lot less mobile compared to Orangepest Force in the early game. I feel like heavily committing to one side and using the firepower of your rifles against the 250 would have been the best bet, but I feel there's like a little bit of indecision coming in here from F3riG, sorry, and I think it could be due to his lack of comfort and familiarity with the map.
He did play on this for the Master League Tournament 3. And 2, I believe. So he has got some familiarity with it, but not recently, obviously. In the last 2 patches, we've not had any Master League. It's not been an auto match. We've only just started getting custom maps into auto match, and they've started with old Co 1 and Co 2 maps. So we got no new maps as of yet. But let's focus on what F3riG's doing, I suppose. We've got Orangepest with his Assault Grenadiers coming on. F3riG's just going for rifles at the moment.
Yep, this is his most comfortable build order. Armored with the Jeep start into Rifleman, and he's going to want to keep them tight so that he's not taking too much bleed or damage on the move from these crowd shoots. And
people point out in chat, are Askrens good on this map? And I would say, classically, no. If you've got an MP40 base squad and it's this open, I mean, they shouldn't be, but you can always find a way to play. And there's these rock formations, you could gravitate around them. What I do not expect to see is 2 Assault Grenadiers, and that's what we're getting, chat. So I now am equally as wary as you guys are of Orangepest going for close quarter combat units on such an open map.
He's pushed completely off the field again. He's doing a full retreat here. And that's going to give... Wow, that's going to give Orangepest double fuel control. That's going to make for a fast T2. And if he decides to go... Let's see. Oh, no, he went secure location. Interesting. So secure location is an ability that allows your infantry to capture and decapture territory much faster when they're in proximity of a vehicle, which Orangepest happens to have. So he's going to be vacuuming up that bottom side of the map very quickly. And we can already see Mechanized Company going up, which is also going to mean an 8-rad within the next minute or 2.
Excuse my noobishness, securing location, where's the upgrade for that?
It's part of the battle group that Orangepest selected.
Oh, of
he's
course,
selected Italian
sure,
combined arms.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I've never actually really understood that before, because everybody usually, if they're going for Bersaglieri side, they'll go Bersaglieri upgrades, but yeah, secure location vehicle support. Wow, I'm not really conscious enough of some of the aspects of these battle groups. I'm sure a lot of the fans in chat are, so it's great to have you with us, Havoc, as a master of all 4 factions. And the first #1 in all 4 factions simultaneously, I believe, Havoc, that's right, isn't it? You clearly have a really good repertoire of knowledge on some of these abilities.
Oh, he loses the Jeep to a mine.
Yeah! Oh. Ow, but the zombie Jeep continues! Oh no, it blows up. Okay. Thought he was continuing to do his master's bidding, but then he exploded.
Yeah, that's a devastating loss for F3riG. That was like his capture power. He was going to be able to use that for scouting. Oh, these Assault Grenadiers are going to be able to push right into these rifle squads in the middle here for that. This is a notorious cutoff on this map.
Yes, look at that. He's going for all the... Well, there's not much to cut off anymore, in honesty, Havoc. And look at him making an absolute mockery of myself and chat, worried about the close quarter combat nature of Assault Grenadiers. He's hiding them behind the rock, jumping out from the rock, going ooga booga dooga, and attacking you like a caveman.
Yeah. He was also able to heal his troops on the field a little bit with the 250. And I don't know how F3riG is going to be able to dislodge this cutoff position. He's got no fuel coming in right now at all, just the base +3. And the 8-rad's about to surface in the north.
Oh my lord. Oh, that is pain. That is pain. Let's go on a journey with these rifles back to... If they make it back to base, there's only 2 of them left. Orangepest is going to sweep this up like a Henry vacuum cleaner. Do you ever get Henrys in any other countries, guys? One of the best exports of Britain. Henry vacuum cleaner. You ever seen a Henry vacuum cleaner, Havoc?
No.
No, it's got a smiley face on it. No, nobody's ever seen them. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. This game looks Jova right now, as a few people in chat have already said. We do have an M1AT gun cooking, the second M1AT gun cooking, but I mean, yeah, technically that counts as Orangepest units, but he has applied so much pressure right now The clock is ticking, and I'm sure Orangepest's resource income is going to be through the roof. He's got 33 fuel coming in, 62 munitions versus 13 fuel and 15 munitions. So that's the snowballing of Co3. A little bit more like Co1 than Co2. If you get a massive early game advantage, you can finish that game off.
We saw F3riG go for the medical tent, which was so necessary. He had 2 rifle squads below 50% HP. He's just not going to be able to break out without any vehicles to chase down these 8-rads. And there's lots of shot blockers and sight blockers for Orangepest to get himself some cover behind if he does take a couple of shots from those AT guns.
Look at this, Orangepest lying in wait like a crocodile. Yeah. Like a crocodile in the creek. Havoc, ready with those assault grenades to take out the zebra. The gazelle that is F3riG's army.
Yeah, it looks like he's posturing to pounce with the 8-rads too. They're coming in to support. Not overcommitting though.
No, F3riG getting some nice pickoffs there. The crocodile was made to look foolish. And he has, oh, the poor scouts pushed to take the victory point in the north to vent some of the pressure.
If you just crack open the TAK map, you can see the 8-rads closing in on that poor scout. F3riG knows what he sent him to do.
Oh, he sent him to die. He's not, will he even bother retreating him? I don't know if he bothers here. Oh, he knows. He knows! He's like asking F3riG, what's my next move? Do I retreat? Do I retreat? Nope.
There's no response.
It's been a pleasure having you in my army. Oh, dear.
So, on current fuel income, F3riG's looking at 2 minutes to a Chaffee. Orangepest already teched his way into support armor elements. Does he have the upgrades?
Oh, my lord. Ooh.
He's got repair kits and smoke already. So these 8-rads are going to be really beefy.
Oh my god. Beefier than a Stroganoff. 8-rad reverses away easily. Doesn't even have to use the smoke. And it's not like he hasn't got the munitions. He's got a massive wealth of additions. 263 and counting. F3riG has not stabilized, but he's kind of survived at this point. He does have 4 rifles, 2 AT guns, a captain, an engineer. But Orangepest continues to apply the pressure. He's got the assault guns cutting these units off. The Kratschutson pushes in.
AT guns trying to rotate to support the south, but he's only got 1 rifleman in front of him. And Orangepest still has double assault gren, double 8-rad. He recognizes he's not going to be able to contend that, and he backs off.
And a Stug D next for Mr. Pest. Sweden's finest.
Chaffee finally in production for F3riG.
Oh. I mean, it has the 75% boost to production speed, but it's so little, so late. Look what it's up against. Look at this perfect DAK build order. The inverse DAK proportions of heavy vehicle army, minor infantry fighting force. This is DAK, and maybe one day we'll look back on these kind of build orders and laugh when DAK become probably more kind of similar to the other factions. But right now, it is very interesting to behold.
Yeah. A lot of people hate it, but I really like the identity of DAK, and I like this play style. You feel like you're playing on the edge of a razor the whole time.
Well, that sounds fun. But I know what you mean. Do you know why that's fun, Havoc? Because when you lose an auto match, you're like, oh, it's okay, I was playing this crazy DAK build. And when you win, it feels oh so good. But in this case, Orangepest is playing it in a high-stakes, high-value test condition tourney game, and he's looking to turn the screw on F3riG now. The 8-rads come in. Oh, the assault grenades explode, and there go the AT guns. And that, ladies and gents, could be game.
Panzerjäger coming in to support these 8-rads. He does pick one up.
look at those two AT guns. Oh no.
Yeah.
Doesn't even need both of them. He can destroy one and take the other.
Yeah, and that's what he's lining up for. I think F3riG sees a raw. Yeah, there it is. The writing on the wall.
Bloody hell. That was gruesome. Look at that
brutal.
KD. That is a lot. That's a 4 KD for Orangepest there. On the working graph, you can see the points held is tremendous. Orangepest had just never stopped. He never stopped Havoc. He barely lost any territory in the making of that game. Well played. Orangepest progresses to the grand final. It wasn't finished, but we're not done. Well, now there's a war to be won. We never died, not even once. Welcome to the Resurgence.